This is going to be separate from the live streams. I'm just recording this to talk about something when it comes to the Hollow Knight Let's Plays that I've been doing. Let's Plays, that feels like such an old term at this point because I've been watching Let's Plays since middle school. So just playthrough, I'm more or less just playing the game. I'm not really going for the story aspects of it or the very long videos that could come out of 20 hours of stuff. If you guys watch, the recent videos have been about, I don't know, I'd say more or less 17 minutes to like this newest one that is coming out pretty soon is 30 minutes long. I ripped the most interesting spots from stream and decided to throw it in there. A lot of people complain about chat and the things that they guide me on, but you guys have to take into account that I'm a very linear or multiplayer non-story based player. Stepping into a game like Hollow Knight is a first for me. Not only is it the first time I've ever played Hollow Knight, but it's the first time I've played any games like this. I've mentioned on stream multiple times that I'm not a platform player whatsoever. I have never played anything like this. That's why I feel like the things that I've done are so grand. Not only am I taking on these challenges that I've done in the videos very quickly in the playthrough, tack on the fact that I am new to this series and playstyle in general, I feel like what I'm doing is actually pretty good compared to a lot of people that would normally be this many hours into the game at this time. I also want to take this time to make it very clear that I do what I want on my streams, and if people don't like how the playthrough goes, then there's plenty of other people to watch. I've made it very apparent in previous videos where I am me regardless, so the fact that I interact with chat, I do catch spoilers and I know that it ticks people off, but the only thing I can tell you is if that ticks you off and it's enough of a problem where you're getting mad and leaving a comment, then maybe my playthroughs or my live streams or stuff are not for you, and that is completely okay. If you have enjoyed them up until this point, then I am very thankful because I'm trying to make something here. We've gathered a lot of new people in the community, over 200 subscribers in just a couple of days, so I feel like I have to reiterate this, and if I garnish more viewers, I will probably have to do it again to kind of set the tone going forward. The only reason I've even gotten to where I'm at now or going to get to where I am is because I am me. One of my core values is interacting with chat as much as possible because I've mentioned this before. At some point, the chat will get so inundated with people that I will not be able to respond to everybody. So I try my absolute best to read absolutely everything. And sometimes that does mean that there are spoilers or people saying things that are going to take away a little bit of the experience for me in the game, even though I feel like it doesn't. People have mentioned saying that the chat and stream is ruining it for me. If I'm continuing to play the game, I promise you it is not ruining it for me. I can assure you it is not ruining it for me. Me still getting info about an experience and then actually going to it, two completely different things. I am just aware of something and it helps me log in the back of my mind that I need to go do something. For the stream tonight, I'm going to go tackle my first dreamer in the whole Hollow Knight franchise or series, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to try to beat it. Now, is chat going to lead me that way and be like, hey, making sure that I'm going this way? Great. Why do I listen to chat so much? And I know that I'm just rambling, but I feel like this needs to be said for the people that genuinely care about what I'm doing when it comes to Hollow Knight. I am a dad first and foremost, and then everything else comes second. So being a content creator, I only have a limited amount of time. I'm literally making this video while my family is asleep because this is the only time slot that I have, and I will sometimes stay up until 4 or 5 in the morning the next day in order to try to get things done. I don't have the luxury of being able to sit and fully explore a game and experience it all for myself and put that much time into it if I want to be able to make videos that are like the ones that you guys have seen. So far, the format for what I've been doing where chat helps point me in a direction, more or less lets them kind of anticipate what is going to happen next and also make sure that I'm making good time when it comes to progressing in the game. And like I mentioned before, if you don't enjoy that, there are plenty of long playthroughs that I'm sure people have made already. I like to have some idea of what I'm doing in stream, so chat pointing me in direction is not necessarily a bad thing. That's why I kind of let it slide to an extent. If there's major spoilers, of course I don't want any of those, but I do let it slide to an extent so I can use the 3-ish hours that I have during my time of streaming to do something productive and not just go around the entire map looking like a chicken with his head cut off. Also keep in mind that I do edit every single one of these videos. So the 20 plus hours of gameplay that I have, and I've cut them down into 20 to 30 minute segments, I have done all of that myself almost immediately after stream. Now, if I had an editor, that might free up more time because that takes some weight off of my shoulders. And if you're an editor, I can't pay you yet. I would. Believe me, I would absolutely love the help. So if anybody would be willing to get in contact with me, go down below and go into the description, reach out to one of the moderators or myself, and we can figure something out that would take a huge weight off my shoulders. I am streaming for 3-ish hours, getting led by chat to some degree, and then editing and posting, doing the thumbnails. Somebody asked about the thumbnails. I make those. The thumbnails, tags, descriptions, titles, everything like that. It's a lot of work and it doesn't pay an amazing amount immediately. I made an extra maybe 13 bucks off the 5K views on the Hollow Knight video. Nothing to take over my job. So like I said, all of the things up until this point are done because of the amount of time that I have to allocate to these things. It is very strategic. I have to formulate some sort of plan at night to have the baby down, let my wife do whatever she needs to do. I help around the house, and then I sit down and I have my allotted time. If you've had any complaints about the Hollow Knight series up until this point, I want to kind of address it here before more people come into the community that is now the dime by the sword little Hollow Knight fandom that has started. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll do my best to respond. I've been responding to almost every single comment that I can. So if this posed any questions for you in your brain, like I said, go down below. Thank you guys for tuning into the streams and the videos. If you haven't stopped by the stream, if you want to see it all happening live, you know where to find me, here or on Twitch. That's it for this video. I'll catch you guys in the live stream. Bye.